Hi everybody, we are going to talk about informative text. First, I'm going to tell you what is an informative text. This is a text of objective productions, usually in prose, with a clear and direct language whose objective is to transmit information about something with a double interpretations. Informative text is a text that wants to advise or tell you about something. For example, a newspaper article may give you information about health issues such as giving up smoking, and a website may give information about movie, a band, or something that you're interested in. A handout from school may advise you about what your child will be doing during the next term. Informative text usually avoid repetition, contain facts, give information in a clear way, introducing the subject and then developing it. The informative text is always in the daily life because we're always in the internet reading informative text and in the newspapers, in the magazines, etc.
An informational text helps us know everything about a topic. It gives us a brief information about something. It gives us the opportunity to know everything about an important topic. It helps us to be informed of what happens. It informs us in a way that we can understand what is happening or what it's trying to tell us. But an informational text does not give us a lot of information. It gives us shortly information about something. It doesn't give us a huge text, but it gives us a conclusion about something. When we don't understand a text that we are reading or something, an informational text has the conclusion to make us understand what the other text is trying to tell us. An informational text exactly is something that explains more specifically a simple text.
The informational text gives information and gives necessary explanation to understand the information. Provides information on a wide range of the text, and the informational text is to inform the reader. One example for the informational text is National Geographic. National Geographic is reliable source because National Geographic they are investigation for the different themes of the society of the world. And the information text gives the intention of the informational text is gives information for the people.
Where can you find informative text? We can find informative text on internet, on trees, in newspapers, in a magazine. In this example, we can different publications that we have in front of text was soul and main function into inform use of concrete fact in the simplest and clearest way. This text seeks to convey reality in an objective way and stay true to make know of fact, situation of circumstance that is happening. The main function of the informative text is the presentation of good informative content with ideas ordered clear and explored as possible that allows the reader to understand the text. So it's very important to use examples, references, or bibliographic sources and the perfect use of punctuation marks, commas, points, accent, as well as of the connectors to explain consequence, purpose, causes, and so on.
The language used, it has to be a formal language.
it has to be exemplary, precise, and correct. She has one introduce, exposition time, development, and conclusion. When you're writing an informative text, you need to think about who you are writing. For example, for you writing for your friends, work, college, one children, another person. This will make a difference how you organize the writing and the language you use. The informative text usually avoid repetition, contain facts, give information in a clear way. Here's an example of informative writing a flyer about counts at a local college.
There are different types of information text. For example, news through the recipient with the intent that they archive the public characters. It reports the information contained in the text is totally alien to the one who writes and must be present in the most truthful and objective way possible. Report. It is characterized by begin the able to be written in multiple forms, begin much made flexible and understand than the other case, in spite of the tips the present certain parts intended in the warning on the of them in this date were which the report was written. This can be accompanied by the city in the which the report was made be, but it's not available. Dictionary is a hub where words and the themes are carried, then the arts content and the audibly and the Molona. Encyclopedia. Chronology and the topic that can be scientific, artistic, social, etc., which can help facilitate learning about them and the ones cooperates with culture. Journalist. Type of periodical publication on the word several subjects characterized by the richness of text and images. In the also note by the names and magazine on magazine. Magazine can contain articles, stories, interviews, reviews, photographs, horoscopes, guides, and hence infographics, illustrations, etc.
Formal letters. These types of letters are sent to the media, authorities, or known people and require some formality, and are intended to cover some information. This is a very clear example of an informational text. It tells us about how important an eclipse is, its consequence, and everything that the population should know. A solar eclipse happens when a new moon moves between the Earth and the Sun, blocking some or of the Sun's rays from reaching the Earth by cosmic change. Even though the Sun is 400 times wider than the Moon, it is also 200 times farther anyway.
My team and I came to the conclusion that the solar eclipse causes many problems in our daily life. For example, when a solar eclipse happens, we can't see directly to the sun because it causes us vision problems. It won't cause us vision problems right in that moment, but it will cause us vision problems in probably a month or in a few weeks, and we will have problems for being able to see or some other vision problems. The solar eclipse also causes problems in our skin. Little dark circles may come out of our skin, or we can have skin cancer or many more problems. The solar eclipse causes our skin to be exposed to the sun more directly than other usual days, so we should use sunscreen or a hat and sunglasses when the solar eclipse happens, so we won't have any problems with our vision or with our skin, and we will be protected from skin cancer or from anything happening to us. We also recommend to do the same in any other day, not just because it's the solar eclipse to apply it, but it can also have other effects when the sun is still out, but not as much as when a solar eclipse is happening.